Who died on the cross, who died and was crucified on the cross, and resurrected to be with Father in heaven, but did not leave us orphans, gave us someone who is to help us each and every day through our trials and tribulations, the pestilences we might face, whatever we might face. There is someone who was left with us to be with us in our midst each and every time. So whenever we call on his name, we will get help. Remember, his ear is not too far away from us. He can help us whenever we call on his name. How good and pleasant it is when God's people live together in unity. Amen. How good and pleasant it is. This morning, I don't feel like I'm a stranger here. I can recognize all the faces. I feel I'm part of a family. Amen. Now, when I was given this topic by the leadership, be part of family, actually a month ago I told Brother Alan that I will be in Cape Town during these days. Then he went through the roster, he realized that my name was already penciled for this topic. And it so happened that my employer decided to bring me here during this time so that I can deliver this topic. And many gratitude to my beautiful wife who decided to join me as well, coming here so that we can be here together this morning. Now, I didn't create a very good greeting this morning. Good morning, church. Good morning. See, that's better now. That's much better. So, what does it mean to be part of a family? Maybe let's take a step back. What is a family? And why do you have to be part of the family? Or do you have to be part of the family? So this is how my lesson is going to go. I don't want to take anyone by surprise. I'm going to introduce what is family, the definition of a family, and why we need to be part of the family, or whether we should be part of the family in any case. And I'll look at different kinds of families that are out there. And I'll also look at myths and misconceptions about family. What people believe family is supposed to be versus what really it should be. I'll look at lost family members. And I think you all agree with me that there is no discussion about family without discussing family drama that comes with that. And I'll conclude. So, before I go there, if I can ask Brother Jackson, I like the song you sang before Lord's Table, In the Cross. If you can just repeat the chorus. If I had a good voice, I would have done that. In the cross.
In the cross, be my glory ever, till my wretched soul shall find rest beyond the river.
Thank you very much. You will see why I wanted it to be repeated towards the end of my lesson. So, what is family? Oxford Dictionary defines a family as a group of one or more parents and their children living together. That's definition number one. The second definition is all the descendants of a common ancestor. Then definition number three, a group of related things. So it can be trees with the same kind of leaf and branch and what have you. they are in the same family. For example, we have citrus fruits, where you get the lemony and oranges. They are in the same family because they are all citrus fruit. If you look at them without tasting them, you can confuse one for the other because they look exactly the same. They are in the same family. And the second one is about the descendants. So if you are traced back to one common ancestor, you are regarded part of the same family. And also, the first one is about a group of people living together. Now, it doesn't matter which definition you take. What I'm covering here is defining what a family is, and is going to talk through the different dynamics within those families, and is going to talk to whether we should be part of a family or not. But if we look from a family in the sense of how we understand it, in the world that we live in, family have different benefits. If you are part of a family, you get support and you get love. So when you are in need of something, family usually come and try to help you. According to Ecclesiastes chapter number 4, verse number 9 to 12, it tells me that two are better than one because they have a good return for their labor. If either of them falls down, one can help them, or one can help the other. But pity anyone who falls and he has no one to help them. So it tells us that if you are in a structure where there is someone, whether it's from having things that are in common, or whether because you share the same ancestors, or whether it's because you live together, having someone that is there when you are down to help you is better than being alone. So that's what here Ecclesiastes is telling me. Now, family gives you identity and values. So when you are part of family, you are identified as someone because of the family traditions, the family things that you do. You identify yourself as such. When you look someone, for example, I gave an example, we were discussing about the things that hold us. So at work we had this conversation about some of the things that hold us back without realizing it. You do certain things and they hold you back without realizing it because it is supposed to, you just feel like it's supposed to be that way. I gave an example and said, like, growing up in my family, I was told that I'm not supposed to talk when elders are speaking. When I'm eating, I'm not supposed to talk. I eat first, I finish, and then do the talking. But in the modern world of business, when you are having dinner, that's an opportunity to have a conversation during dinner. But for me, I'm used to, I eat first, I finish. But when you are done eating, everyone is leaving, so you didn't do the talking. So those are the things that, as part of being a family, you grow up and you are so like accustomed to those, you have those values, but they become your identity, right? And it's so difficult for you to leave them. Some of them are good, some of them also, you need to assess them and see if they are valuable values that you have. But being part of family gives you that identity and values. Also, being part of family, it helps you with socialization. You can socialize with someone. If you have something, you can speak to someone. You know there is someone that you can speak to. And it gives you a sense of security as well. I remember, like, when there was a time when I had to travel, and my wife, when I wasn't there, she didn't feel safe to be alone. But when we are together, she feels safe in the house, we are safe together. But when I'm not there, she didn't feel safe. So family gives you a sense of that security to say, if something happens, at least I have someone. So that's what family benefits. So the benefit of being part of a family. And I spoke about different kinds of family. One where we have a group of one or more parents and children living together and belonging to one common ancestor, and a group of similar things. So I mentioned that we have citrus group that can be identified to be similar, that can be in the same family of plants. We can have different or same type of grass that can be identified together. You can also have zebras and donkeys. They look alike. The only difference is the other one lives in the wild and the other one is tamed. But they are in the same family of animals. When you see them together, if you ignore the color, they look exactly alike. But does that make a perfect family? So that's the question you have to ask yourself, to say, the kind of family I want to be part of, does it make part of a perfect family? Now, according to Matthew chapter 13, verse number 29, Jesus said, "No," he answered, "because while you are pulling the weeds, you may uproot the wheat with them. Let both grow together until the harvest. At that time, I will tell the harvesters, first collect the weeds and tie them in bundles to be burned." So you see here, being part of a family, it's not about just looking alike. It's much more than that. You can look alike and think you are part of the family. But here, Jesus, the parable he's telling us here is that when the weeds grow, they look exactly the same like wheat. But at the time of harvest, if they are not wheat, there is no way they are going to bear wheat grains. So there, the master is going to tell the harvesters to take out the wheat and be burnt. I felt to be part of a family. I don't feel like a stranger here. So, being part of family, is it because I woke up today, this morning, I came here to sit with you, and I felt I'm part of family? Or is what I do each and every day in my life? Why do you feel like you belong to THICKET or Church of Christ? Is it because every Sunday you also, like others, wake up and go there? But on Monday and Tuesday you do whatever else you want to do? Do you feel like you share the same traditions and values with the people that you sit with in here? And you extend those traditions and values. Like I said that many years ago, I haven't been to Zim in the last 5 years. Actually, I came from Zim 2010, many years ago. I still have the traditions that I was taught as a child. I was taught that when you are eating, you keep quiet. I still have those traditions. My mother is not with me when I go to meetings with work. She's not there when I sit with friends. But I still have those traditions. They are there. So when you come here, you sit with a family in Christ, and you walk out. Do you carry those traditions with you? Do they hold you back from doing certain things that you ought not to do? Or when you walk outside the door, you look around and you see no one is following you, and you do whatever you want to do. So family gives you that sense of values. Sometimes they hold you back, but for your benefit, it's good they hold you back. Myths and misconceptions about family. You know, being part of family is not that you don't have to have your family squabbles. You can argue, but that's being honest with each other. When you are not happy, you have to tell them why you are not happy. Discuss it. You can't just say, okay, let me just let it go. Because that builds up and develops grudges. It develops a different perception. Now you are looking, you know, when I walked in here, walking down here, and probably somebody greets me. He said, "Brother Clive, how are you?" And I keep walking. I don't even respond. Different people will think different things because of how you see things. One might think, hey, now that he's in Joburg, he doesn't greet anymore. One will think, did I say something wrong? We'll go to WhatsApp and check, did he send me something and I didn't respond? Now he's returning back the favor. But someone will think, this brother must be having a problem. Let me sit with him and see what's happening. Or he must have a lot on his plate. Let me see how I can help him. So it's depending on how you perceive something. You might come up with a different reaction. One reaction, you might feel sorry for me. But in the other reaction, you might actually feel angry at me to say, this one is arrogant. I'm not going to talk to him again. But yet maybe I need help. So when within a family, when you see someone reacting differently or reacting in a way that you feel is unusual, it's good to sometimes talk to them so that you don't keep that perception that you have. Because with that perception, you are going to react in a different way, which might actually not help the person that you are supposed to be helping. The idea of perfect family sometimes makes it difficult to accept the family you are part of. You will think, hey, this family, this church, THICKET Church of Christ, they see visitors, they get visitors, but they don't greet visitors. Yet you are part of THICKET Church of Christ. Do you see yourself as an outsider if you are part of family? Or if visitors were to come into our family, and I'm just waiting to say, my wife should give them food. Hey, my wife is not giving my visitors food. What part of family am I? Should I not tell her to say, oh, what about we give them food? Or should I not help her to give the visitors food? You cannot stand outside and think someone is supposed to keep the family together. Someone is supposed to do A, B, C, D. If you see grass growing outside and think, I'm not going to go back to THICKET Church of Christ because they have grass growing around the church. But you're part of the church. You're part of the family. What have you done about it? We think that family must be perfect, but forgetting that you are part of that family which is not perfect. If maybe you were to be removed, that family will be now even perfect. So change yourself before you try to change others. You know, we hear people talking about family drama. I've never seen anyone who says, I'm because of that family drama. They say, hey, my family have drama. Okay, but what's your part in that family drama? What role do you play? Some people decide not to attend family meetings because there's going to be drama. But maybe you were the one who is supposed to stop that drama. Maybe that drama is happening because you are not attending. It doesn't matter how small you feel your contribution to the family is. Without you, your family is not complete. My mother has 7 children. I'm the 7th one. and I'm the last one. So, but I'm part of that complete family. She can't count her children without counting me. So it doesn't matter how small you feel your contribution is to the family. But if you are not there, that family is not complete. They are always going to say, yeah, but there's someone who is missing. Even though when you go there, you just sit and eat, that's all you do. But you are not there, you are supposed to be there because you are part of the family. Now suppose, Luke chapter 15, verse number 8. Suppose a woman has 10 coins, but loses 1. She will light a lamp, sweep the house, and look carefully for the coin until she finds it. And when she finds it, she will call her friends and neighbors and say, be happy with me, I have found the coin that I lost. So are you not the missing coin? Yes, we have 99 coins, 90%. But there is one coin that is missing. The coin that is supposed to be greeting visitors is not there. The coin that is supposed to be evangelizing is not there. Where are you? Are you not the lost coin? Until you are there, the church is not complete. So you must feel you are a valuable member of the church, and you must be part of the church. Family is not about material possessions. Luke chapter 15 verse number 11, Jesus continued. There was a man who had 2 sons. The younger one said to his father, "Father, give me my share of the estate." So he divided his property between them. And we know the story about the prodigal son. This son thought that, you know what, because I'm part of this family, I'm entitled to the inheritance. So Father, give me my portion. Then when he had his portion, he thought that was all the family is there for, the material possessions. So if you give me my portion, why should I stay with you any longer? I don't want to be part of this family anymore. You come here, we baptize you. You think, okay, that's all I need. I've earned my salvation. Now I can go wherever I want to go. I don't want to be part of the church anymore because I've been baptized. And everywhere you go, you're telling me, I'm part of the THICKET Church of Christ. But we never see you here. All we saw was you being baptized and you go. You are being a prodigal son. You need to be there for one another. Then look what he thinks. He had gone there. He thinks, I know, now I have wasted all the possessions. Because in his mind, being part of a family, but he has already finished the inheritance. And that was split equally, and he had his fair share. So he is no longer part of the family according to him. Now he didn't want to go back. But when he realized that he should go back, he wanted to go back as a servant, as a slave, and not as part of family. Because he's thinking now that I've wasted my position, I don't deserve anymore to be part of family. Verse number 19 of Luke chapter 15. I am no longer worth to be called your son. Make me like one of your hired servants. So he got up and went to his father. That's how he thought. But family is not about that. Some people will get ashamed because our family is poor, or there is no inheritance, and you feel like this is not a good enough family. When people are talking about their families, you don't talk anything about your family because you feel ashamed of it. Some even despise their fathers or mothers because they left them nothing to say. You know, only if my father left me an estate, only if my father gave me a car when I graduated. But it's 40 years after you graduated. Do you have a car to give your children? So, the way we look and think about family can sometimes hold us back. So you see, I think we don't have a minister. Only if we had a minister, I'm telling you. Huh? But what are you doing about it? But right in the beginning, God instituted family because he knew that it is not good for a man to be alone. You need a companion. You can't be alone. You can't be sitting just on your own and isolating yourself. You need a companion, according to Genesis chapter 2, verse number 18. So that's what family is there for, so that you can have someone to speak to. When you need help, you have someone who can genuinely give you help because they love you, because they know that you are a valuable member of the family. So you need to be part of a family. But what goes wrong in families? Rumors, gossiping, false assumptions and accusations, lack of communication, a situation where you start seeing yourself as an outsider and you say, me versus them as the family. And when you talk about the family drama, it's all about their family drama, but you are part of that family. Blaming others for things that don't go well in your life. Thinking that a brother of mine who spent all the money, or who ate all our father's money, is the problem, and you blame them, and you never look at yourself and say, what have you done about it? Those are the things that go wrong in a family. But all those little things, if you look at those things, they are not big. Romance is something that is very small. Gossiping is something that is very small. But the effect of it is just like a small spoon of yeast that works on the whole bread. There are very small things that we sometimes almost say, it's you know, it's just rumors. You know, it's nothing big. But they grow into big family dramas. Some of them are driven by fear, some of them by jealousy, some of them by envy. You conclude based on your own perceptions without asking. Songs of Solomon chapter 2, verse number 11. See, the winter is past, the rains are over and gone. Flowers appear on earth. The season of singing has come. The cooing of doves is heard in our land. The fig trees form its early fruit. The blossoming vines spread their fragrance. Isn't it a beautiful season that is being described here? Arise, come my darling, my beautiful one. Come with me. Verse number 15. Catch for us the foxes that ruin the vineyards, our vineyards that are in bloom. So it's the little foxes that ruin the vineyards. When everything described there, described a perfect season, a perfect time. Now you have worked so hard in your vineyard, and your vineyard is blooming with good fruits. You're expecting to harvest a big volume of grapes. But the little foxes, they come to ruin. They were not there when you were planting. They were not there when you were removing the weeds. They were not there when you were watering the vineyards. But they come at a time when you are expecting happiness within your family. We know what happened to Job. When his sons and daughters were feasting, a servant came. A wind has come from the desert and has destroyed everyone. During a time of happiness, that's when the devil is waiting to come and attack. So here, Songs of Solomon is telling us to catch the little foxes. Those are the little foxes that ruin the vineyards. When the vineyard is in bloom season, they come and they destroy. When you are about to enter happiness, they come and they destroy. Whatever you have worked for, how long you have worked for, it gets destroyed, not by big foxes, by the little foxes. But what are those little foxes? The little gossips that you tolerate. The little thoughts that you have in your mind. Procrastinations. Little doubt that is planted in you. You know, you are friends with Brother Alan, but someone comes to say, hey, you know, you think Brother Alan. Oh, you don't know that one. Then whatever they are going to tell you, you already have doubt in your mind. Because you have been told, you think you know him, and you don't know him. So now, if you tolerate that doubt, and you say, hey, but do I really know him? Now you have doubt in you. That little doubt is going to make you accept whatever you are going to talk, whatever version of Brother Alan you are going to be told. So if you tolerate little foxes, those are the ones that destroy you. Ephesians chapter 4, verse number 27. And do not give the devil foothold. Don't tolerate, because here God knew that it just doesn't, the devil will not come and show exactly who he is. he will come little by little. But if you tolerate him, that little will turn into something big. 1 Peter chapter 5, verse number 8. Be alert and of sober mind. Your enemy, the devil, prowls around like a rolling lion looking for someone he may devour. You know, the devil works with doubt. He plants a seed of doubt. We see that in Genesis chapter 3, verse number 1. When the serpent approached Eve and said, did God really say you must not eat from any tree in the garden? You know, it's like someone concerned, did God really say that? Did Brother Alan really say he's going to help you? Then, now, because they know that you have a relationship, you have a friendship with Brother Alan, they say, did God really say that he's going to help you? And now that gives you an opportunity, or you might think that I have to tell them exactly what he said. They said, no, he said, yeah, I will just take you to church. But why doesn't he take you to work also? He drives the same direction to work. Then you think and say, but yeah, that's true, eh? This guy is not very helpful. You see, now you start doubting the help you are getting. Exactly how the devil went on Eve to say, did he really say you don't eat all the fruits? Say, no, he just said one fruit. But why not that one? But if you look at it, they were given all the other fruits to eat. But now that one, the devil is now working on that, and they've planted already a seed of doubt. And that doubt is now causing them to sin. I've just been told that I have 5 minutes left. Here in Cape Town, time flies. In Joburg time, I still have 30 minutes, but I'm going to try to. So, don't be fooled. Bet wrong friends, bad company corrupts good character. Be part of a family that have share the same values as you are, You know, Jesus knew about the little foxes that we tolerate. In Matthew chapter 5, verse number 21, he says, You have heard that it was said to the people long ago, you should not murder, and anyone who murders will be subject to judgment. But I tell you that anyone who is angry with a brother or sister will be subject to judgment. So now, if you know that you will be subject to judgment when you are angry with someone, then you already stop, because you know that this judgment is going to come, and you try to rectify that situation. If Cain knew that because he's angry with his brother Abel, judgment is going to come, he would have backtracked and stopped. When God asked him, why your face is downcast, he would have already backtracked and not continued to murder Abel. But because he kept that anger, he tolerated it as a little fox, saying, no, these are little foxes. But those little foxes turned into something big, and they destroyed him. But when all those little foxes are ravaging the family, what do? How do you react? Remember, you are in a vineyard. The little foxes are running, chasing them. Now you are adding to the problem. Now you yourself, you are also dropping the flowers, because as you are running, you are hitting on those grapes and dropping the flowers. You have to be strategic. You have to revise your strategy on how are you handling the little foxes in your life. You cannot become a prisoner in your own vineyard. Don't destroy your own vineyard. Turn your mourning into jubilation. Remember, Paul and Silas, they were in prison. What did they do? They did not look to bribe the judge, the wardens. In fact, the wardens were told to keep a close eye on these two. Make sure that they don't escape. There is someone that was told to torment you, that was told to keep a close eye on you. Some of us, we have assigned wardens that are each and every day following you, to torment you. Make sure that you don't escape, to keep a close eye on you. But what do you do about that? Paul and Silas started singing praises to God. So in times of trials and tribulation, in times when you feel things are not going well, praise God. Always praise God. The singing shows joy. They had joy. They were rejoicing. Hence, the Bible says, rejoice always. I say to you, rejoice. It doesn't matter the circumstances. They were in prison. In one of the darkest hours of their life, they were rejoicing. And through that rejoicing, the doors of the prison were opened. It doesn't matter how tight security is. It was opened for them. It was not by force, it was not by violence, but neither it was by just keeping quiet silently or by just crying. They praised Jehovah. We must fight to be part of family. We must fight to remain part of family. Paul, in fact, once all those things were happening, all the trials and tribulations were happening, he still remembered the family he wanted to be part of. Here he said an account in, he says an account here, he says, I have worked much harder, been in prison more frequently, been flogged more severely, and been exposed to death again and again. 5 times I received from the Jews the 40 lashes minus 1. 3 times I was beaten with a rod. Once I was plated with stones. 3 times I was shipwrecked. I spent a night and a day in the open sea. I have been consistently on the move. I have been in danger from the rivers, in danger from the bandits, in danger from the fellow Jews, in danger from the Gentiles, in danger in the city, in danger in the country, in danger at sea, and in danger from false believers. He was in all that danger. But what he says in verse 28, besides everything else, I face daily the pressure of my concern for all the churches. He still faces the pressure for all the churches. He's concerned for the churches, the concern for the family. Despite all the work he is doing, he still thought about the family. It is very important, brethren, to be part of a family. Paul wanted to be part of a family. That's why he cared and shared concern for these churches, despite whatever he is going through. Whatever you go through, I don't know it, but you know it. But whatever it is, Paul went through even worse than that. But he still cared to be part of the family. We should care to be part of the family, because being part of the family brings a lot of happiness. But I'm not talking about the family that we have, the earthly families. I'm talking about the family that can get us to heaven, which is this family that is here. The family of Christ. How good and pleasant it is when God's people live together in unity. Family is not about material inheritance, brethren. Family is not about that which perishes. Family is about love. And we know, without God, there is no love, because God is love. So, it is not complete to speak about family without speaking about the true family of God, which is the church of God. Let us make every effort to be part of this family of God. Every opportunity, let us make sure that we are part of the family of God. And let us carry those traditions into our own lives. People don't have to ask you, are you a Christian? People should tell you, you must be a Christian. Don't be embarrassed by the church, because you're part of it. If there's something that you see that needs to be suggested, make a suggestion. If there's something that you need to talk about it, address it. So we need, despite all the concerns, despite all the problems we go through, we need to continuously remember that we need to share the concern of the church. If you have a perception, which some of us might have had at some point, to say, if you see a pastor of your church, if we had a minister here and you see that minister doing certain thing and you feel like, no, as a minister should not do this, are you not doing the same thing that you think a minister should not do? So what gives you everything that you have to be part of it? That's why I asked Brother Jackson to sing that part, in the cross, in the cross. We must stay and remain in the cross. And that cross is that common thing that we share together. I spoke about 3 different types of family. I spoke about family because you share certain things in common. He said even the Gentiles can also come. They are also part of we are all sons and daughters of God. Thank you.
You were despised, you were rejected, Lord, those who passed by, even averted their gaze from the sight. Such was the suffering you bore.